Hello everyone, welcome. It is chapter 415. I am so excited to finally dive into this chapter. As you can see right before you, I have updated the notes. It took me a while, but the notes are now fully updated for my viewing pleasure. I did a little bit more organization with the categories here. All right, we even got the Wobble Search Squad down here. Of course, you know, I do want to add Abane in here, but we'll wait. We'll hold off. We'll see what that other journey will occur. Welcome. Very excited to dive into this. Hello there, Mokyo. Hello there, Bone. Welcome. Also, I think the chat should be appearing as well. I think I also fixed that to, yeah, there you guys are. Right there. It looks a little bit more clear. So very excited to dive into this. I'm just gonna start. I am just going to begin because I really want to dive into this. Let us take Majestic, bro. This chapter is going to be even more confusing for simple mind people like you. That's what I want to hear. That is what I want to hear. All right, let's dive in. Let us dive in. I cannot wait. Here we go. Oh my God. Firyakov already. Look at this man. He's bulking. Oh, 2 months. 2 months prior to the voyage. Okay. We're under attack. This house reminds me of like the Great Island Mansion, but it's not. Select. Bro, last week I was talking about how much Togashi loves video games, and already Furyakov's got weapon, he's got armor, he's got his tools, he even has equipment called Remove Curse Affected Users. What the heck is going on? This is awesome. Firyakov immediately starts to climb up the list of favorite characters of just having his Nen ability just be video game like interface. I love this. All right. There's someone besides me who got cursed. Who is that? If they're listed here, it means they received the same curse at the same time I did. Someone in the military, maybe another prince's personal guard. It must be related to the succession battle. An alert pops up when there's a phased manipulative attack or a covert Nen attack that causes a curse or illness. It wasn't there when I checked this morning, so it happened during the day. Today was Revelation, the Seed Urn Ritual. Is it possible the prince got cursed at the same time I did? Okay. Holy man is packing. That is crazy. Wow. Firyakov got a pack. Oh my God. Okay. If Nen is involved in the succession battle, it tracks that it would affect the entourage. Wait. But then all the princes and guards boarding the Black Whale should be listed here. This isn't within the succession battle. If the Seed Urn Ritual triggered a curse on me and my prince, only a few people could have done it. The face isn't displayed because whoever casted the curse wished to conceal themselves, because they're up to no good. There's only one guy who would pull such a stunt. Pulls up the phone. This is Firyakov, First Prince Benjamin's personal guard, put me through to beyond. On what business? Confirming important details on the succession battle. Hello? Father? You're the one who did it, right? Oh, I'm quite surprised you noticed. That takes some talent, kid. The answer is yes. It's a safeguard to make sure the succession battle goes off without a hitch and guide the heir of Kakin's to prosperity. The curse placed on you will work in Prince Benjamin's favor. If you lied my ability will give you away. Then why are you calling me? Let your ability tell you. I want to save time and effort, so what kind of curse is it? In a nutshell, it activates when you die. The post-mortem Nen will curse a prince to death. I placed it right after you were born. Don't worry, there's no harm until you die. So triggering was that prince participating in the Cedar and ritual? Exactly. I know Prince Benjamin's ability, so I'll just say, this kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Even if you die along the way, you take out another prince with you, and Prince Benjamin gets your gifts. Okay, so if what you say is true, so why don't you check your ability? You won't believe me, no matter what I say. All right, let me just get this on the... All right, he wants to sail to the new continent if he needs to side with Prince Benjamin. He wants to preserve the status quo. The venture will need long-term support after all. His plan is to score points with the next king in order to use Kakin's colony as a base camp. I can't tell you the target of the curse or other details. Want to interrogate me? I'm an Uber VIP after all. I love that Beyond just doesn't, like, he is so confident in everything he is doing. He's like, let me tell you everything because you figured it out. I'm gonna tell you everything. And then on top of that, he's like, Firyakov, just use your ability. You're not gonna believe me. Just use it. Like, stop doubting me and just use your goddamn ability. Since I'm helping to make sure the succession battle goes smoothly, I don't think I'll go in your favor. And then Firyakov does his research. A prince inactivates by my death. I gotta authenticate those first. Beyond doesn't know my ability. He placed the curse with the assumption that I wouldn't find out and then got busted. And for what he said after that, if my death triggers a curse that kills a prince is true, telling me doesn't affect his plan. He figured I wouldn't find out which prince, and even if I did, there's no way to undo it. But I have my combo master. It'll be easy to crack his ability. I'm like, as I'm reading this, I am just seeing at the bottom left corner of Firyakov being like absolutely shocked and afraid. I'm like, oh boy, man. Oh no. If I volunteer to watch him spend a few hours or days by his side, it'll tell me the details of the curse, how to make an antidote, and how long it will take to make it. And then he has a little option that says make cleansing item. You know, I guess that makes sense. Now that I'm thinking about like his ability, if he knows everything about the Nen ability, the curses, then I guess it would make sense that his Nen ability would also give him the solution to cleansing, let's say, a curse. It will take an entire year to decipher the curse. Proceed. It will take 700 days to decipher how to manufacture the Contra potion. Oh my god! Okay. We have 2 months until we get on the boat, man. A whole year just to decipher it by his side, and 2 more years to conjure a potion. And the first time we see this expression on Firyakov. Once deciphering is done, the conjuring time may decrease, but still, this is 2 foil exorcists. He wove a complex spell to impede deciphering. A whole year. I don't have that kind of time. And then Beyond just being cocky as always. What's wrong? Earth to Firyakov. Did you just find out something about my curse? I told you. I placed it with you when you were born. It's been 20 or so years, taking over your aura over time, accumulating strength bit by bit. It won't be easily removed. Wow. Okay. That is intense. Wait a minute. This also might lend more credence to a younger prince being a beyond child, because it'll be easier to remove the curse. Especially if it was a wobble, it would be way easier to remove a curse if they were a child, given what he's saying here. Now, obviously, if you're someone like Cyrenic, obviously you don't need to remove your curse. You're just going to use it to your own ability. So, I mean, it still, I guess, doesn't disprove it, but that is very cool. Kind of implying that it might actually be possible to remove curses on some of the younger princes if they had it. All right, Firyalkov, worried. We even have like a vein popping out of his head. You gave yourself away. A curse that needs that much aura isn't to target a normal person, but a Nen user. Is my target Prince Benjamin? You know I prepared this succession battle, right? Once it started, a Nen beast called the Spirit Guardian Beast appears to protect each prince. No matter who the target is, the stronger the curse is, the better. Well, you wouldn't believe me even if I explained it. Duh! All right. Skepticism is more than you deserve. A scumbag who sees everyone besides yourself as pawns. His MO is to blow smoke by interweaving fact and fiction. So the truth has got to be in there somewhere. I'll clean it out. Oh, aren't you the personal guard of the elder son of Kakin Kingdom? Are you saying you're dissatisfied being Prince Benjamin's pawn? Don't you mention how dare you talk about my prince that way? His Highness in IR, leaves of the greater tree of Kakin, public servants unlike you, mire and greed. In case anyone had any doubt, I know there are people who are doubting Firyalkov's loyalty to Benjamin. This proves it, man. This panel alone. He got so hurt over beyond making a joke about Benjamin. Oh my god. I'll cut you some slack for the language in your honor of your loyalty, not to mention come on, Beyond. Don't play that card, Beyond. Not to mention, we're family, Firyalkov. I'm Papa. But I'll give you a warning. There are many goals in the succession battle, but there's only one path forward to receive protection from the Guardian Spirit Beast by taking the place of the current king and ensure the nation's prosperity. Kill all the princes besides Prince Benjamin before the Black Whale arrives at the new continent. And select their sole heir. That's the rule. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that's part of the succession. That all makes sense. That all makes sense. I admit that this scenario is best for my continued amicable relations with Kakin. I respect Prince Benjamin and his men for not participating in the Carne Lavar, you know. What? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I gotta think about this for a second. He didn't participate in the Flesh Carnival. Is Benjamin like... Hold on a second. I'm trying to think about this. Because like Benjamin is not a good guy. But like... The Flesh Carnival, if you're participating, you are miles bad guy. You are massive villain arc. You are, and if Benjamin's like, yeah, I don't want to participate in this, I'm like, wait, Benjamin, you might be good. You might be bad, but everyone else is super evil who participated. That is surprising. Okay, all right, we'll continue. This is making me want to talk too much, so I'm hanging up now. Bye. It's like we haven't talked in forever. I was just chatting with you. I need to stop talking. Oh, I suggest you make effective use of my curse for your Prince Benjamin. And then the phone hangs up. And here Benjamin is man-spreading, typing on his keyboard. The Sidern ritual is still ongoing. According to the schedule, it had only gone as far as the 8th prince by the time I opened my laptop. And notice the curse. So my target is one of the first 8 princes. Okay, there we have confirmation. If it's not Prince Benjamin, could it be the second? I know she's an end user. She's just as critical a threat as the 9th prince in the sense that she could overturn the current system. No, I can't take what that said at face value. I have to figure this out for myself. Man. So it's not even Hulkenberg. This is interesting. Oh, I love it. Okay, you know what? I love that I said, oh, it could be, what if it's one of the younger princes? Oh, that would be such a smart idea. Good job, me. And then absolutely was completely wrong. And I'm so happy for it because now that it is one of the first 8 princes and most likely not Benjamin. Huh. That is so interesting. Obviously, we're still all, the big theory is it could be Saridnik. But man, right now, someone who's right now cooking is Lazarus. So what if, and how does that, and what if, and you know, the theory was that what if Hulkenberg took over Lazarus? So what if he, how does that work with Beyond's curse? I don't know. Dude, this is so cool. This is so cool. But they are building up, oh my God. If it is Camilla, though, Benjamin, Butch, and Firyakov are about to break into her room. Or break into the hot spring that she's in or whatever. All right. We cut away from that moment. So now we have the setup that Firyakov's strongest idea is that Camilla might be Beyond Child. And now once we cut away, we return to Kurapika in the Ueto. General store dealer? Yes, it's a delivery service that uses drones and high-speed boats. We send a request and they deliver what we need. So they run until we enter the stormy seas, since that's the limit of their operational space. The final deadline for requests is 2 weeks after we set sail. Letters will get a reply in about a week. Even with several screening processes, it would be expected to reach my sister in 3 to 5 days. This is the postcard I would use. She pulls up the postcard. Kurapika looks at it. It doesn't look particularly out of the ordinary. Yes, this is a normal letter I would send if we were safe. If anything were to happen, I was going to send a coded letter using the Yamato language. My mother's side of the family comes from Yamato. Their writing system uses multiple scripts. It's complicated, but it's easier to adjust the numbers of characters to fit the code. Even if it doesn't sound completely natural, they'll think I'm not just fluent. They'll think I'm not fluent. I see what. Okay. And then this is Kakin in, oh my God. So she's Japanese. Okay, got it. Understood. All right. Cool. Also, I need to make sure I have to say this out loud so I remember. Day 11th, Wednesday, 1:50 p.m., 25 minutes before martial law is declared. Cool. Good to know. Oh, I see that Kurapika panel at the bottom. All right, we're about to cook. We have to take the utmost care with the text in the case it gets decoded. Specific names, place names are risky. Please avoid them. I know. Someplace both of them can identify with a keyword, but also somewhere far from home would be an ideal for a meetup. All right. Will you give me advice on the text? Of course. First, please write that you want to convey in your own words. I don't know what Kurapika is about to say, But he's like, okay, she's like, can you help me with a few words? Oh yeah, a few words? Yeah, sure. But just make sure to write this in your own way. And then I just see paragraph upon paragraph of text. These are not a few words, Kurapika. This is not a few words. Okay. Mail is pretty risky. Even if it passes military inspection, will the drone be able to reach land? The delivery process over land isn't secure either. A postcard could be smudged, rendering the code illegible. Or illegible. There we go. That's the word. Figured it out. And even if the message reaches the sister, could a normal person without any training understand the instructions given the limited word count, adapt quickly to unforeseen circumstances, and meet up with our messengers, all while traveling with an infant? The worst case would be to the military to finding out the plan decoding the message and then tracking the postcard. The first prince and his men understand that if they could confirm the Prince Wobble isn't in the succession battle, it means they have one less rival to contend with. If Prince Wobble gets captured, we lose and the queen and her family will be killed. It is too dangerous. Should I not use a code or even bother sending the letter at all? But I can't imagine the sister would trust those two boys if they suddenly showed up without warning, claiming to be Hunter associates. And then, oh man, dude, this panel. We don't hear what he told her to write. She's in shock, a bit worried. Kurapika still talking. And then I love this last panel of her kind of thinking about what is going to happen sending this letter. It is clear that she is contemplating that this might be too risky, but we just see emptiness. We don't get to see what she's actually thinking. I love the paneling on this one. Kurapika opens the door. Baba Mina. Queen Oito would like you to use the dealer service. Here are 8 postcards addressed to her family. I'd like you to inspect. We don't do inspections anymore. It's supposed to go through us under custom law, but you can just hand them to the dealer as is. So distribution is still overseen by the military. And then look at this guy's fit. Oh my god. If I don't start seeing cosplayers dressed up as this dude, look at this guy. This guy looks great. All right, he walks off. Empty panel. There it is. Attention! Attention! This is an emergency announcement. Special martial law. Here we go. All right, we gotta go. Well, not that much full screen. There we go. Special martial law has been declared. This is not a drill. Special martial law has been declared. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. All right, the guards are coming in. Hut, 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 hut. All walking through. People are being shocked, surprised. People are up against the wall. Oh my god. Oh no, I see Sarainik at the bottom of this panel. All right, Camilla getting her massage, like special martial law. Repeat, this is not a drill. Can you just make that stop? Just turn off the intercoms. Damn it, why? Why is this happening? Repeat, this is not a drill. Is it because I had the coin I got from Zhang Oh my god, this guy is so cooked. What the hell is your name? Hold on, I'm zooming in. I gotta get your name, buddy. Oh my god, you are so cooked. Hold on. Third prince there. Kovan Toba. So Kovan Toba, this entire time, he's like trying to find the third prince. He hears special martial law, and then he's blaming himself. He's like, did I do this? Oh god, did I mess up? Oh god, no, Benjamin's gonna be so mad at me, dude. I love this guy. This is very interesting. I don't know why Togashi would write him like this. I'm very excited to see what this guy's gonna be up to. Is he going to be like absolutely crazy where he is just so fearful that he is just going to start doing some crazy shit? Or is it like something else? For this guy to blame himself? That is kind of crazy. All right. And then we have Slaka there. No, sorry. This is Slakov. Like slack off from Pokemon. So Slakov is there. We have Saraynik there. Okay. Special martial law has been declared. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Just Saraynik at peace. Doesn't hear anything. Doesn't even care. Not even bothered by the radio request. And then Slakov is like, special martial law, shouldn't we do something? Like, what are we doing here? All right. We see Tupeppa's room. Raihan with the gun. Everyone's getting down on the floor. All right, everyone. Oh no. Rihan. His name is Rihan, not Raihan. We got to fix that, right? Rihan. I have a few words to say to everyone about special martial law. No, please don't say anything. I don't want to know what this next page is. Get us out of this room. Everyone, stand by until the next orders are given. No leaving these quarters until martial law has been lifted. The prince will take shelter in room 1001 with her security guards. As if we ever leave anyway. This guy's like, and then he gets the gun pointed to his head. Random dude. Do you want to get shot? I call that suspicious activity. Tupeppa's like, hey, don't point a gun at my scientists. They're irreplaceable personnel I need for research on the continent. And then Raihan, God still got the gun up there. That's if the voyage continues without incident. Don't you see there's a threat of a coup? A threat to national security, and they're using the succession battle as cover. Ow. Raihan! Of course Raihan! Rihan, man. Of course Rihan's got this whole page. And then also, okay, to be fair, it's Rihan who likes to talk a lot. And then we got nerdy ass scientist Tupeppa there, also like, we could just have a whole page for ourselves. Let's go chat it up, buddy. So Rihan is like, until we get to the bottom of this, there's a truce. Now please move quickly to room 1001. There will be an explanation of the military's response, but if the situation remains opaque and the threat is serious, you will all live together in room 1001. It will be tighter than individual quarters, but you will have to put up with it for a while. For how long? Prince Benjamin will explain in room 1001. Explain? I thought this was Benjamin's last resort, but something must occur for it to happen so early, or if it was planned, it could be a surprise attack to kill his rivals, the higher ranking princes earlier. Hard to say whether I count as being in that group. Where they draw the line between succession battle strategy and rebuffing a threat of government overthrow, I'm looking forward to hearing this explanation. I can take my security guards to room 1001, right? You may take as many as you want as long as they're in the Royal Army. Weapons will be confiscated when you enter room 1001, but we will wait outside. Prince Benjamin alone will speak to you directly. Tupeppa, not buying any of this. Look, that face is of such suspicion. Prince Benjamin by himself. I don't get what he's after, but it's not like I have a choice here. Use this time to run a test on those samples. And then we see the Spirit Guardian Beast. Rihan obviously sees it. I could kill that thing. The Guardian Spirit Beast appeared at the same time Fifth Prince Tupeppa entered a contract with Kurapika. I made a guess that it was conditional, but it hasn't made a move since. The hypothesis that it needs Kurapika close by is gaining credibility. What? Oh, so cute. Dyson's like, all right, come on, guys, let's go. Who is this guy? Oraru is just also joining in the party. Oh my god. Luzerith is gone. Yeah, Rice is missing too. He could, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, the theory crafters were right. It's Hulkenberg. Oh my God. They were right. The whole thing where, what's his name? Hold on, I'm scrolling back up. Oh God, what's his name? I'm looking at it. Hulkenberg. The guy, okay, Shikaku. The whole point when Shikaku killed himself in front of Rice. And I was like, that's kind of a weird thing. I wonder what happened there. Oh well. And then I completely forgot about it last chapter. And of course, Luzerith was like, hey Rice, wanna go chat up a bit? Oh God. Oh no. Oh my God. Even they even pulled a fast one over Basho. Basho's like, what did he tell you last? He told me to stall the first prince guard. I went to the break room and he had already killed the 7th prince's guards. Before martial law was declared, that'll get you in trouble. And Kanchido, just absolute failure, couldn't even defeat this man. Timestamps can be fudged later. The fact remains that this is the objective proof. A hunter associate attacked me, Benjamin's personal guard, and detained me. And now the associates, Lazarus guards, and the Char family connected to them behind the scenes all will be eliminated for treason. Serves you right. And just got this big old bruise on there. Oh my God. All right, room 11, 1011. Your Majesty, please go to the VIP room. Without princes will be sealed off until the martial law is lifted. Don't let Fugetsu out of the Justice Department. Don't let anyone in after you lock up. All right, room 1003, the Nen space. Oh, 1013, the Nen space. The order will come at 2:15, act at once. All right, he's in there, looking, listening. And then I love that Biscuit's here, looking back, like, oh, look at this guy's pathetic Nen over there. Something shifted in the first prince's guard. He's acting calm, but his body is tense. If they're going to make us leave the room, it must be martial law. Follow their orders and wait for it to be lifted. Or eliminate the first prince's guards and barricade ourselves in here at risk of being charged for treason. We can't leave this room. Only the 7th queen's guards, who are virtually useless, can accompany the prince, and once they walk through that door, just like Belleron, they won't be able to come back. And that's not all. To offset the cost of creating and maintaining this level of Nen space, is highly possible this ability is single use only. If 13 Prince Meriem leaves this space, his guardian spirit beast may reset or go into hibernation, or worse, disappear altogether. And she's like, Verge, a moment. Weighing the risks of leaving against the risk, or weighing the risks of leaving against the risks of a siege is a no-brainer. For a powerless, lower-ranking prince to survive, we cannot fight. We have to weather the siege. Oh my God, Verge and Biscuit doing a... Oh, here we go, man. They're going to be cooking up a plan for us. And we cut over to the final room, room 1014. 20 minutes since martial law was declared. Prince Benjamin has granted a pardon. The swap prince lacked the capacity to assume responsibility and will be released without indictment. Queen Oito, for insulting the state and offenses against the crown, is subject to be placed into custody. But, he said but until the real Prince Wobble is located, and considering you're still a prospective queen mother, prosecution will be suspended. You may continue with your normal routine within the walls of this bedroom, but once you step foot outside, you'll be considered a fugitive effective immediately. I urge you to consider prudence in your actions. Oito going, all right. They're cautious of the possibility that Prince Wobble is somewhere on board. Martial law is probably also a means to search through for Prince Wobble, but I didn't think they would act so fast. This is way too hasty if it was in reaction to my reveal. There must be another more important reason. End of chapter 415. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. I freaking love that. I actually really appreciate about this chapter is also some of the princes have been caught off guard. Right? I keep going back to Kov and Toba, but this man is like, oh, is it me? So maybe that is like a Togashi way of like hinting that there are obviously, it could not just be Kurapika's thing. It could also be Zhongli leaving his room. It could be something else entirely, right? As Sviryakov mentions in the beginning, he is suspicious that Camilla might be the Beyond Child. And so maybe that's what triggered Benjamin. This is awesome. I freaking love this chapter. Oh my God. Also, yes, guy with the sick fit here. Super, super cool. Obviously, like the Srydnik thing, like, yeah, he wasn't going to be bothered by any of this. This one actually is also very interesting. Rihan giving that slight confirmation of Tupepa's Guardian Spirit Beast being triggered by Kurapika. Now, if I'm looking back at the notes, we don't. It's a researcher type. It's a researcher type. So, oh wait, no. Kurapika is the research partner. Transmuter. The beast can produce a variety of drugs within its body. Is it possible that Tupepa might be building drugs to fight against Nen users? Or drugs specifically against every single... Oh my God. Because Kurapika has been helping all of these guards throughout the entire ship. Like, do water divination, learning exactly what kind of Nen they have, learning about the person themselves. This could just be the ultimate set of drugs that can just poison everyone here on the ship. This is like the most lethal of lethal things that could happen then. Interesting. Though, to be fair, Rihan is also very understanding that this is probably Kurapika. And man, at what point then would Rihan want to intervene and kill the Guardian Spirit Beast? This is very cool. Or no, I'm sorry. Am I getting mistaken? Rihan does the... No, he does the killing. He's Predator. He does the killing. He does the research and the killing. And then, or no. He does the research and then you show he does the killing. I forget what happened with Prince Saleh. But Rihan getting his intelligence is very, very cool. I'm surprised about Kanjiro though. Bro couldn't even fight at all. Dude, this is a sick chapter. Okay, chat. Hello there, chat. Welcome. Let me go ahead and pull you all up here. First, let's hide the notes. Scrolling up to the top, so give me a moment here while I catch up. Oh my god. All right, I'm doing my best. Okay, here we go. Okay, good. I didn't catch that, but yeah, you are right. It should be day 12. I even have it in my notes that it's day 12, so you are right. I mean, I guess they also made the mistake of calling it room. That's why I got confused for a second. Because like, no, the Nen space is room 113, but they put room 1003. So there are quite a few errors here, for sure. That's a little bit unfortunate. All right, let me get through this. All right. Ken says, at this rate, I won't be surprised if they do a 30 years before flashback on the amount of flashbacks. I mean, to be fair, that has happened, right? We did actually learn that from Netero. So now if we're learning it from beyond Netero, have his whole flashback of his life, that would be interesting. All right. By the way, Kurapika can't stop yapping, does he? I mean, I love that. Look, I think that's what's exciting, is that Kurapika is like, no, I can't just send a mail. I have to think about this. There's important things. Majestic says, yeah, because Kurapika is very theoretical person nature-wise, not a practical one. I love the way Kurapika talks. Miyoko says, I love how Furialkov and Beyond's conversation is so negotiable. Like the fact that his own father and Furialkov is so nonchalant about it. I actually did find that a bit surprising. I wasn't expecting Beyond to be so willing, but then again, like I mentioned it in the reaction, he is just so cocky. He is so confident in his powers that telling you about the curse is like, you're not gonna it's not gonna be enough for you. Obviously, he did stop himself. So clearly he can't be talking too much, but man is super confident. I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? He's right now being his own attorney and reading a bunch of law court filings. So man is like having the time of his life. Oh my God. Furialkov just learned that Beyond is his father that day too. It's all happening at once. Majestic says, because he doesn't consider himself as his father and has no love for him, Beyond also doesn't love his children. He just uses them as pawn. Anyways, good point. And that was from Majestic. Hamgo says, Furialkov's ability inspired from the Dragon Quest games. That would make sense. Having all those cute little icons, the computer stuff, I freaking love that. Where is it? Like all of this stuff. This is like an item inventory screen. So cool. Absolutely love it. Miyokyo, yeah, he's definitely considered Beyond as his father. Or you're talking about Benjamin as his father, I see. Also, Furialkov, this is from Bone. Furialkov's deduction that Beyond's curse activated after the prince took the Cedern ceremony. So that means Real Wobble is target curse as well, as they participated in the Cedern. I think I see what you're saying. And I guess, you know, Furialkov is mentioning that, like, it has to be the first 8 princes that is a Beyond child, right? That was from my understanding. But it could also be that someone else cursed it. Obviously someone else cursed the Wobble, right? We know the male Wobble has been cursed. And that triggered because of the Cedern Serum. All these people who are cursing are like, all right, okay, we got to make sure this curse is powerful. We need to set a restriction. And then everyone just thought of Cedern ceremony ritual commences. And everything is getting triggered. It probably happened to Kaiser. Oh my God. Karu says 3 years in Dragon Ball time room. Yep. This is the hyperbolic time chamber for sure. Oh my God. I love that. We thought previously that onboard ceremony was the activation for Beyond's curse, but no, it was the Cedern ceremony. Damn. Yokio says, and that makes this Nen curse so dangerous. They can take the Real Wobble out if she's not boarding the ship. That's a great point. There's like, oh my God. I'm trying to think, okay, this is maybe too meta, right? But I'm trying to think about like, why would Togashi ever make this note unless he wants us to continue thinking that the real Wobble could still have been cursed because it happened at the Sidern ceremony, right? He doesn't want us to just say, oh, it's not going to happen because it happened at the time of the ship's departure. It happened here and here. Like, he really is building the mystery about where Wobble is. And I think this does such a perfect job of continuing that mystery, of making that threat of the real Wobble might be cursed because currently the male Wobble is. I love that. Such good storytelling. So good. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is actually very cool. And then, yeah, the basically Fyryalkov kind of confirming that the fake baby is not a Beyond child, but still can be cursed. Interesting. Majestic says also, something I've noticed, bro, from this conversation, I think, is that one of the princes from 1 to 8 does already know Nen, but are probably hiding it, and probably Beyond knows who it is. Yeah. That's a good point. I mean, I guess they would have to know, right? Even Salkov knew that he had Zetsu at birth. So, man. But then again, it could also be like, it could still be like a Saraidnik where it's like, he just doesn't know the correct words for everything, right? So it's like he might have felt this way of like, as a child, I felt this sort of way and I could kind of feel this energy coming from someone, but whatever, I don't know what that means. I'm not going to look into that. Oh, I don't think it cannot be Tupepa, because I feel like Tupepa is very much like Kurapika, where it's like, what is this feeling I'm having? I must figure it out. I'm going to use my scientist abilities to figure out what is happening. Like, they are too smart to like not allow it to be them. They have to figure out why. Oh my God. It's cool. I love that they're continuing to add the mystery. Bone says, but the fake Wobble is somehow being affected by something because of the ominous aura Kurapika felt after they boarded the ship. Yeah, we definitely we're having multiple curse users that are, sorry, multiple people who are cursing, right? Because Kaiser, manipulative, but like, would you consider manipulation the same as being cursed? Obviously all the Beyond children. Whoever is one of the Beyond like the Beyond Prince childs, like, man, it's crazy because it's like, it could just very well be there. Everyone, it's just a wave of cursing that we just have to figure out who's doing all the individual people who are performing the curses. I don't even know. This is crazy. I love that. I love that. I love that. Ooh. Okay, I do like this. Luz is likely an option. That would be interesting. As one of the Nen users. Or sorry, one of the Beyond children. Man, it is crazy. And yeah, as Majestic points out, someone is hiding the fact that they are a Nen. Yeah. I think I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Someone on here, and to be fair, looking at someone like Luz, someone who plays it off so cool, so calm and collected, would be someone who had Nen since a child, would be very fascinating. I would love that. That being said, I do have a weird... The one thing that is my crack theory, okay? Crackpot theory. Is that the benefactors for all the princes look so much like their princes, right? This just looks like Luz's father. It just looks like his father. Same thing with Onion Bro. Looks just like Zhonglei. And then obviously Morena looks similar to Saraidnik, thinking as a sister. Like they look way too similar, where I'm like I don't like there's something weirder going on with these benefactors than just simply like, I don't know. It's just that, but I mean, at the same time, right, with the conditions for the secession war, this should not be possible. These theories should not be possible. But the resemblance is way too similar for me to just remove it off the list, to remove the crackpot theory off the board. All right, let's continue. Catching up. Sorry, we're still going through a chat, so catching up with everyone here. Benjamin's character keeps catching W's. Now we know he hasn't participated in the carnivals. That's the thing. Benjamin might be the good guy. No, I'm not gonna take it that far. He's not gonna be the good guy, but it is. I think that was the biggest reveal for me in this chapter. As someone who has been, after hearing about the Flesh Festival, knowing that most likely a lot of the older princes probably participated, hearing that Benjamin did not participate definitely lends myself some more like, this guy might not be super evil. He might just be bad. And obviously, Saraidnik most certainly took place in that. Given how he treats women, he most certainly participated in the Flesh Carnival. Most certainly. Ultra evil. So curious if we are going to be learning more about who else participated, like concretely. That would be fascinating. Bone says, what are you talking about? Benjamin was never a bad guy. He was just too bound by tradition and all, acting in the benefit of the kingdom, not his family per se. This is an interesting point, but I guess I feel like when I have interpreted all these characters, Benjamin is not necessarily the guy who's looking out, like he's looking out for Kakin as the kingdom, but he's not looking out for the people. Like even right now, he's considered special martial law on 1 billion people. For his, I mean, for what he wants is like someone who's going to, like if Benjamin didn't feel threatened by losing the succession war, we would not have special martial law. He is very much still a selfish person, but I don't think he is. I think he is still a bad guy. He is just not ultra evil like if you participate in the Flesh Carnival. Yep, Cruz, great point. The Flesh Festival should be in the Kakinstein files. Absolutely. Release the files. Absolutely. Once Beyond, honestly, Beyond might have those files. Beyond might just be keeping those to himself, so we don't know. Majestic says, I think Beyond having a single wife and son kind of proves he's a family man. I can't. Beyond having a single wife and a single son. yeah, just that. We'll take that as fact. He definitely did not have a bunch of children. Yoko says, it could be random targeting, so I'm not even sure if Yarkov's Nen curse specifically targets Benjamin. Interesting. I didn't even think about that. It could just be random targeting. No. But then I don't, that would be crazy if Thiryakov doesn't even know the power of his own ability for it to be random targeting. Majestic says, Benjamin having a single wife and son. Oh, okay, sorry. You originally said Beyond, but you meant Benjamin. Okay, I was just about to go like, what kind of joke are we playing here? Okay. Correction. Okay. Let's go. Still getting through here. Okay, so we're still kind of talking about Firyakov's ability in the chat. About basically, is it random targeting? Essentially, is what the kind of chat's talking about. Myokyo also says, what blows my mind is Beyond doesn't really care, even if he has a Prince child. He just did all this to make the succession end faster and probably for fun. I mean, that is a great point, because he even hints to Firyakov that like your curse is going to help Benjamin. I know Benjamin's ability. It's going to help you. So like, yeah, it is very, very clear. It is very, very clear then. Yeah, dude. And then Cruz pointing out once that there is another Togashi text error, that it is day 12 because that is when special martial law happened. And then Chris says, or day 11, 25 hours before special martial law. It could very well be 25 hours. Miyoko says, I feel bad when they bashed Oito for baby swapping, but at least it makes a nuanced situation. I do agree. This was the thing I mentioned in the reaction when this was revealed, was like even though she was like, I want to have safety for my baby, like you're putting everything at risk. But then again, right, you go back and read one of the first chapters where we meet Oito. I don't even think I have a screenshot of it. But there is a moment where she comes to the realization that she does not want to die anymore. And I think that is like proof that she was willing to, like, she wasn't expecting to live through this. But after speaking with Kurapika, I think she came to that realization that like, oh my God, I still actually want to live. I wish I had that chapter number. But it's like right when her and Kurapika first meet. I'm right now scrolling through to just see if I could find it. So I think maybe like the more I think about it, the more she's like, yeah, she wasn't even planning to be alive this long. So now that she's facing all the repercussions, she's like, I understand why I'm facing these repercussions. We just have random, as I'm scrolling through, I found random buff biscuit. Buff skit. All right, let's keep scrolling. Just scrolling through, just seeing if I could find it. I don't think I can find it. Oh, there, this one. Here it is. This one right here. This kind of realization that, oh my God, I might actually live. Like this, like I'm like, you know, it like for me, this panel just like is that realization that she traded her baby in hopes that they would live and then she would probably die. And then at some point she's like, oh my God, this actually might, then the fear kind of kicks in or whatever. So when we go back, sorry, all that to say, going back to your comment, I think that now we're kind of seeing the repercussions of what maybe she wasn't thinking of, because obviously she was not expecting to live this long. Majestic says, I mean, Netero used a nuke to one-shot Meruem quickly, so I guess only the output matters for the end. Huh. Well, man, do you think Beyond is willing enough to do something like this? Like, you know, for Benjamin, right? You look back at Benjamin talking about like, I want to win the succession war so that my child can lead Kakin. For Benjamin, or sorry, for Beyond, I don't even know if Beyond would feel that way. We're like, yeah, he has his children all throughout here to win the succession war. But he's like, I want the credit, buddy. I want to be the lead this, you know? Like, I don't know if he's like, I'm willing to die for the sake of my child. And so I don't know. Will we see a crazy nuke at the end? See you later, Black Whale. Kaboom! I don't know. All right, and then further talking about the errors of basically people talk furthering about the errors about being day 12 instead of day 11. And Majestic, yep, saying, bro, I'm not trusting Oito anyway right now. You can't trust her that easily. At this point, I am trusting in Kurapika. And if Kurapika currently trusts her, I gotta trust her. That's kind of where I'm at. I feel like, here's my thoughts on Kurapika. Baba Mina, you know what? I'm also a bit trustworthy towards Baba Mina as well, to be fair. But I think Kurapika is such a smart character that I don't know. It would be wild for someone to get in on him. I mean, right? I guess the silent majority is getting one on him, right? But man, I just feel like Kurapika is just such an intelligent character that I would be surprised if someone in room 1014 is outsmarting him. Besides silent majority, okay, we're just gonna just put silent majority away. Okay, you disprove my point, silent majority. Get out of here. Wolf says, I hope there is a chapter to show what everyone was doing right before martial law was declared. Hisoka, Chrollo, other Phantom Troop members, the Mafia. That would be fun. When was the card game? The card game was pretty close to martial law, but then again, it was also like chapter wise, it was close, right? It was 408, 409, but I don't know what the time exactly was for that. Okay, so we're at the card game. I don't think I have the time. Oh wait, is this the time? No, this is when special martial law was declared, but it's not necessarily time. Interesting. So maybe we already knew close to what Morena was doing, but it would be, well, actually, we will see what the princes are doing, because obviously Zhonglei went to go see his mafia benefactor, Onion Bro. So we will probably get to see. Well, then again, that would actually, you know what? You bring up a great point now that I'm thinking about it more and more. Because I was like, yeah, obviously we will. But that would be so strange. 410, martial law is declared. 411, we go back in time before martial law to catch up. Martial law is declared once again. Will Togashi go back again before martial law? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. I don't think so. That would be wild. It's like, yeah, okay, I know we declared martial law here, but I want to kind of go back in time again so that we can catch up with all. I think we're done. Yeah, will we go back? Actually, you know what? Technically, the biscuit room was before martial law. So, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's actually a great point. That has me thinking about a lot about how Togashi wants to continue to follow the story. Are we just going to keep going back before martial law? Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. Let me catch back up. Trevor says, what is Saranish cooking? Sarainik. He may have first chance at sparring practice soon. Who is heading over there? Let's see here. Wait, I don't think we have anyone. No. Yeah. We don't have any of Benjamin's guards heading towards his room. So we actually just don't know. This moment here. We actually don't know. Interesting. Well, I guess technically, right? Technically, Benjamin, Butch, and Firyalkov are going to be going to Camilla. Then they'll be heading over to Serednik. So unless Camilla dispatches... Actually... Oh no! If Firyalkov's theory is true, and Camilla is a Beyond child, then it is guaranteed that Benjamin, Firyalkov, and Butch will kill Camilla, activating her curse. Leading then to whatever the hell will happen when they fight Serednik. So actually, if she is a Beyond child, it would make sense for her to die. Oh, I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all if that's the case. If Firyalkov is really confident in that she is a Beyond child, I don't like this at all. Something bad. Oh, that actually, I'll be honest, that actually heightens the excitement of that fight. Of like, it's going to go crazy. Well, wait a minute. She does already have an after death Nen curse. She died already. Wait a minute. What the heck? She already died. But this isn't the curse. So then now I'm ultra confused. Obviously Firyalkov, I don't think he... Well, no, he does know this. He fought her. But then... Okay, to be fair, Benjamin was originally thinking that Camilla was a Beyond child before arriving on the boat and fighting Camilla. His idea and thoughts could change, but why Togashi would write that in? I am very curious about that. Very curious. Also, actually, now that I think about it, if you had a counteractive Nen beast, right, like this boy, like this cute little cat boy, okay, the Cheshire cat, would that even trigger the Beyond curse? If the curse is waiting for your actual death, and it like what takes priority? Does the counter Nen beast take priority? I feel like that's way too complicated for her to be a Beyond child. But then why fear? Okay, you know what? That's fine. We'll keep going. I'll keep going. Bone says it's scary how patient Beyond is, and Netero was for his training. Speaking of training, look how patient Serednik is for his training. I'm dying on the hill for Seri to have the Netero lineage. I mean, yeah, he is so close. Beyond has been doing this for, what is it, 20, 30 years? He is he's a couple of months away from succeeding. A couple of months away from succeeding a 30-year plan. And he is as chill as he is. That is such a great point. And for Serednik to just be at peace at the same time. Yeah. Yep, as Majestic points out, he is so emotionless. We don't know what he's cooking. And interesting perspective. Not patient, but has more control over their emotions. At the same time, it's so tough because Serednik is such a... I think it's safe. He is a very much... I'm trying to understand. Because, like, there is a certain calm and peace to the way he looks. From just being like, for him just being there is like a certain calming look to his face that is unsettling. And I don't know. I don't even have the. There you go. I don't even have the image of it. There we go. That I'm like, maybe it's because now that Cyrenic is realizing his powers, he's taking it a bit more seriously. Or bro just has insane N and is just like investigate. Like, okay, wait, you know what? Hanzo has that astral projection ability. What if it's just Cyrenic just astral projecting throughout the entire Black Whale? Let me see what's going on here. Hold on a minute. And then starts to investigate the entire Black Whale. Like, his ability is absolutely insane. Every time we see an ability from him, it's like, goddamn, this man is just the most insane human possible. The fact that he can already control time, right? It's just insane. This man is just insane. There's no way to even. I'm not even going to try to theorize about him because he's insane. Myokyo says it's definitely Melody and fake Katro who took Luz. But Luz and Rice? Yeah, I mean, to be fair. Well, actually. How would that be possible? They don't have Fugetsu for the worm teleportation, right? Because she's cooked. She is right now cooked. So she can't do any kind of worm teleportation. And usually with the Melody thing, her trance, you can at least, like, everyone in that room should be aware that they were in a trance at some point if they were to be taken. Man. But you are right though. This is the time to do it. They have been cooking on this plan for a while now. I believe they even mentioned that, like, we need to do it now. Like, 411. Let's go back to 411. 411 was the last time we saw them cooking up a plan. We had that very brief glimpse of them. Okay, here we go. This one. Okay, whether Ninth Prince Hulkenberg got himself killed. Okay, blah, blah, blah. We will wait and see until the funeral is over, and hopefully it ends smoothly. Meanwhile, we should prepare ourselves for whatever comes next. Okay, so they don't talk about it in that chapter. But, I mean, they have been cooking this plan for a while. Oh, man. I actually really love this. I think I really love the way Togashi writes all of this, where it is like, it is never just a single possibility. He writes in a way that, like, there are multiple reasons why Luz could disappear. Could be Hulkenberg. It could be Melody in Fugetsu. It could just be Luz escaping with the Mafia. Like, there could be multiple ways. Actually, let me go back to Is this all Hunter Association? No, but this guy Mayor is there, and Mayor is Royal Guard, right? He took Rice, but Mayor is Royal Guard. Is he Hunter Association? I don't think so. Because everyone else has... No, okay, not everyone has Hunter Association. Some people have Hunter Association badges, some of them don't. Because I'm like trying to think like, okay, did he just ditch all the Hunter Association people? But he didn't. He ditched everyone besides Rice. Man, dude. I love this. Just multiple ways. Yep, great point. The last time Rihan was in a panel with a prince, that prince died. Absolutely. Absolutely. Living Legend says, I'm scared for Tupepa. They got complete read on her, but I don't know why Tyson is completely alone in that room. But I'm not scared for them. Well, to be fair with Tyson, they're all mind controlled. Whatever, they're all mind controlled in the fantasy world right now. So I am not afraid for Tyson. Tyson's got Oraru there with him. So she's all good. But yeah, I do agree with Tupepa. But at the same time, Tupepa does have some sort of drug that will be very, very useful in whatever is going to be happening. As she mentions, use this time to run a test on those samples. So clearly, she, with the help of Kurapika as her research assistant, she has gotten drugs for something, to do something. Is it to kill Nen users? Is it to eliminate your Nen abilities? Something. And now she's like, we are in the trial run. We can test it on Rihan. That's what I feel is going to be happening. Test it on Rihan. Maybe test it on other princes if she decides to go to room 1001. Maybe these are enhancers. Well, it's a transmuter ability, but I mean like enhancing your Nen abilities. Maybe she uses it on her own soldiers who are joining, or her own royal guards that are joining her in room 1001. So I think she is cooking. She is cooking. I am not too worried for Tupepa, even though Rihan is there. I know Rihan is there, and Rihan is a scary guy who talks too much. I do feel like she's cooking something. She is cooking something. Yep, Rice theory confirmed. It's crazy, but you know what? I think that is very, very close. Dude. She would. She absolutely would. Oh my God, she absolutely would. She killed Momose. She's going to kill her son. Oh my God. Worst mother on this boat. At least Unma looks out for one of her children. Just one, right? She doesn't care for Benjamin. To be fair, actually, she cared for Benjamin until Hulkenberg, which, you know, that's like a couple year gap. That's pretty good. Yeah, we don't know about Tyson's taboo. Absolutely. I'm so curious about. Tyson is one of those most exciting mysteries of like, this character is full of happiness and love, and I cannot wait to see when she starts to, when things start popping off. Now, it does look like she has left the room. These look like the halls, but we don't see any doors, so we can't say for sure, but she is clearly marching forward. So maybe she's like, all right, time to go to room 1001. Oh my God. Is it possible that, let's just say, Tyson makes it happily to room 1001, and then everyone else in that room starts to follow Tyson? You know, like if Tyson's just gathering everyone up. Oh, come on, everyone. It's just love. Love everyone. And everyone in the room is in love. That would be crazy. We don't know that her ability could do that. It did take a while. Oh my God. It did take a while for Izunavi. So I don't know if he has gotten the bug yet, or if he's just following. Because Oraru, he's following normally. Like, he looks like he was taken over. Obviously, everyone else was taken over. Izunavi, maybe now he is taken over too. Oh my goodness. If I were Bisky, I just pushed the first Prince guard out of room 1013. that can't enter back and bother the 13th prince. I mean, I think that's what's going to be happening, right? She mentions that we don't like the power of this ability might just be single use. And I'm trusting Biscuit, right? If she has the confidence that this might be single use, then I'm going to believe that it is single use and that this guard needs to leave the room. Now, the point of what Vergi might do, I don't know. What is this guy gonna do? Sir, you can't get out of the room. Oh, okay, cool. I like what is he supposed to do? Oh my god, okay. Ooh, summon your masseuse to do recon. That's a good one, Wolf. Cruz says, something I find weird at Kurapika's speech is that he didn't notice Hulk's rumbling or not talking about it. Didn't we have a chapter previously? I think a chapter previously he mentions like noticing the rumbling. Rumbling, starting rump. I think we do get a moment. Maybe not the second rumbling. But I for some reason, I remember him feeling the rumbling on the first one. Maybe he didn't feel it on the second one? I took the assumption that he did. But if it is true that he did not feel the second rumbling, that is already additional complexity to this entire situation. Oh my god. Yeah. This is why Togashi is so freaking good. I love how they have different deductions of the martial law. Luz and Tupepa thought Benji used Hulkenberg's death as a terror attack, while Kurapika thought it was a way to find the real wobble on the ship. And then Koventoba thought it was himself for allowing Zhonglei to leave. Yeah. We have several different avenues of what the hell could have happened to cause this. Myokyo said, oh, and we just read that one. Someone is getting murked? Absolutely. 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 I totally agree. Someone is getting murked for sure. All right. Let me... Still scrolling through the chat. Sorry, give me a moment while I get through this. Oh. I wonder what Coin did to Koventoba. Did he involuntarily freeze? Did it force him to tip off the third prince? I love hate Togashi doesn't tell... This is why I love reading chat comments. Because for me, the chat comments, I'm like, I read it one way and I have interpretations in one way. But then you guys all have your own interpretations of what's going on, and it just makes it more complicated, but so much more enjoyable of a reading experience. I didn't even think about if the coin could have maybe even forced Koventoba to tip off the third prince, which then would also make sense why he feels so guilty. Oh my god. That is very good. Because there has to be a reason why he feels so guilty that it was him. And if it was possible that he told Zhongli that, yeah. That's, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cruz also says there is a theory Koventoba got manipulated by the coin. Yep. And that explains that would 100% explain why he feels so guilty. That is so good. Togashi, man. He's such, I'm so happy. I'm so happy Togashi is continuing to make this series. It's so good. All right, still going through, still reading. Yep. Great point. Majestic. Majestic! Bro, just imagine one thing is, if Beyond is such a deadly and one of the strongest Nen users, how much deadly Nen user is Natsubi? How, like, that's a fantastic point. We have been, the way we have been told about this experience, this succession war, is it feels like everything, like all the Nen power, all the restrictions being added across time, all being condensed into a single person in this ritual. And so, and this has been happening with Kakin all the time. So it's just like folding over, because also the king of the previous reign is a part of the succession war. They are going to be dying, giving their life energy, their Nen, to the next person. So it's just been folding over, and now this one we're at, whoever gets it is also going to get whatever Natsubi has, even being further more powerful. I am actually scared to see when, not if, when Natsubi does something. Because Natsubi wants the succession war to win. He wants it to occur. And so I think that he would want to make sure it continues. Right now, it's still continuing. But I think once he learns that Kurapika wants to stop it, maybe then he'll start like, all right, no. I need to do something about it. Man. Living legend? Yep. Patience. Netero patiently waiting in the mountains. Beyond 30-year plan. Terry learning Nen patiently. There are similarities. Trevor says, unless we cut the troop and mafia, I think we're done with pre-martial law perspectives. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way as well, just because it would feel weird to now go back again. Though I'm very curious. I would love to, even if we don't get a pre-martial law perspective, I would like to have the next chapter be a like a, I don't know, like 5-10 minute post martial law. I want to see what everyone's doing, right? So we should probably see what Chrollo's up to. I want to see where the hell Hisoka is. This man's supposed to be protecting a queen. Where the hell is he? This martial law, man. Where are you at? Very excited. Very excited. I think the real Wobble is Beyond's cursed target from one of his child. While this fake Wobble having an ominous aura around him is probably from Camilla's personal guards assigned to the curse of each prince. Okay, so we were talking about... Wait, Wait, I don't know if it can be. Because Sarah Hell only just got to the room. And she's the Wobble target. Sarah Hell is the Wobble target. And she just got there. Unless she's a goat. And she already did the cursing. And then now she's like ready for the kill. Like, all right, I just gotta wait my time out. Ready to kill myself. All right, here we go. Almost there, getting some more information. Now here's the thing though. Does she know that she doesn't know that that's not the real Wobble. So did she, maybe she cursed the original Wobble and now she's gonna kill herself for nothing? I don't know. There's a lot of cool things happening. That's what I love so much. Everything's all happening. All right. Okay. Remember when Luz just said it takes way too long to learn Nen himself. Makes me believe he already uses Nen. That's why he made that remark sarcastically. Oh, you're cooking, Majestic. I am really liking this Luz as the Beyond Child. I am really liking this as the Beyond Child. Huh. That's actually, yeah. That's a great point. Imagine the twist if Terry didn't participate in the carnival because he thinks it's disrespectful. That would be so crazy. That would be so insane. Imagine, that would be crazy. He's like, yeah, it's not my type, you know, they just disrespectful towards women. Cut to him like killing the 2 women in the hotel room. Oh my god, that would be wild. Yes, all the princes that we thought were good all took place in the festival carnival. We go up to Camilla and Camilla's like, yeah, I would never. That is so rude and mean. I would never do that. But you know what? I saw Hulkenberg participating. Tyson loved it. She was obsessed about it. That would be crazy. No, don't say this, chat. You can't. Let me go back. I'm going back. Okay, let's going back. Man. That silhouette looks like Queen Oito's on Firyakov's Nen ability. Okay. Let's... Damn. We're not talking about this one, right? This one's... That might be it. And then to go from Firyakov to cut to Oito and Karapika. Could say. I think that is solid evidence. Am I looking at the wrong panel? What do you mean? I must be looking at the wrong panel. Are we talking about this one? The same one? The silhouette? Wasn't that supposed to be Beyond? I guess this is effective use. Oh no, it said affected users. It showed Firyakov as one of the affected users, and then another person. And they're masked. The face isn't displayed because whoever casted the curse wished to conceal themselves. Oh my goodness. It can't be. But you know what? Next gen hardware, I agree with you. This is 100% Oito. No one could even just... How do you prove? Disprove it now. Chat, you can't. This is irrefutable evidence. Also, it could be Long He. Okay, let's continue. Living Legend says, I'm waiting for Beyond to say that stupid post-mortem Nen cat ability interrupted my career. That, I mean, yeah, that could be possible. Lily Scallywagon says,
Just want to point out that when Netero died, he mentioned bottomless malice within the human heart. And when people refer to beyond, they also use that word. Oh, man. Okay. Also, 49 days left makes me think that Benjamin doesn't make it far. Yeah, that is possible. I mean, he's also sick right now, so he doesn't even have 12 hours right now. He has to like, for him to succeed, he needs to finish before the coma takes place. So man's very limited in his abilities, or limited in the time he has because of the poison he got from Furiakov. Sorry, scrolling down here. Sorry, still catching up on chat. I apologize. We're almost there, chat. Thank you all for hanging by and chatting. I lost my place in line, so I'm just kind of going through here. Yep, I would agree. Beyond is the peak of evilness. Majestic, I think Beyond would have one-tapped Meruem. Maybe that's why Netero was laughing at me. I think that is a great point. I think he is that powerful. Bone says, oh, okay. We're talking about Naruto. I was like, the Uchiha. What are you talking about? Okay. Living Legend says, I'm curious if Tupepa's spirit beast blows out some kind of toxins in that room. Benjamin's death is sped up and it doesn't count as her spirit beast attacking him directly because it's in the air. Interesting. Yeah, if he's not like a direct target, does that even count? And then Bone confirms, like, yeah, Kurapika did feel every rumbling, but doesn't know what it is or if someone caused it. The last rumbling was for Benjamin to figure out that Hulken's still alive, and we just don't know where or who the target of this arrow is. Also, hello there, Rayon. Welcome to the stream. Okay, Bone mentions, because Bone previously said that maybe the fake wobble was cursed by one of the have-nots. And then Bone mentions that Sarah Hell went to room 1014 to strengthen her curse. Then it got revealed that this wasn't even the real wobble, so she stopped coming to the room afterwards. Okay, that is a great clarification that they would have cursed. Oh man, that makes it so much more rough then. If they have already cursed their princes and now are wanting to go into the room to strengthen and basically finish the job. Oh, man. Oh, that adds so much more complication to everything. Yeah, but I love it. This is what I love so much. Is like the whole thing of me having these notes of like every line's going through other lines of things going through other things. It's so complicated. I can't keep it all in my mind, but it is such an exciting way to enjoy a manga. Now, I would not want every manga to be like this, but the way Togashi has done this is incredible. It is such a fun journey to have all of every single moment, every single thing could be a reality. This is a man that was like, okay, if this happens and then this happens, there could be hundreds of possibilities. And most writers will go, let's just narrow it down to one or two. And Togashi was like, let's just keep all 100 possibilities in. I'm going to be writing that. Let's just write all of those possibilities. That's what I love about this. Is that even though I just love talking about Hunter x Hunter, I just like talking about these crazy theories. So like, and keep in mind, right? I think sometimes when people might get lost in theory crafting and going like, if this theory doesn't happen, I would be sad, I'll be depressed, I'll be upset, something along those lines, or I'll be super happy. For me, if I'm wrong, I'm happy because I want Togashi to write. That's my expectation. My expectation is Togashi to write. So as long as Togashi is writing, I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to be so happy. So when all my theories fail, I could not be any more happier because that means Togashi wrote more. That's all I want. So anytime I talk about a theory, I might not even remember what I even said. I'm just having a good time because I know that Togashi is just going to write more, and I'm going to be so happy. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're almost done with the chat. Yep, Natsubi has many wives. I agree. Cruz says, what about the guy, Nugi, who was with the Seed Urn, the curse user? I mean, there is, I think, a safe reason, a safe assumption I should make, why this guy is administering the Seed Urn ceremony. Is the Seed Urn a part of his Nen ability? This guy could be, look, I'm gonna judge based on appearances. But when I look at this guy, there are a few things that come to mind. He looks like a puppet. He looks like a puppet that you put on a knee, put your hand up the butt, and go, hello there, how are you doing? Right? He looks like a puppet. 2, man looks like he has a lot of Botox. You see those cheeks? Look at those cheeks. Like, this guy is definitely way older than we know. Like, this guy, he's probably lived through many Kakin generations. That's the perspective I see on this guy. He might just be essential for this whole thing to work. So I do think there is some great importance to him that we just don't know yet. But we'll see. We'll see if that actually is true. But it is very interesting that he's the one who administered the Seed Urn. And we had a little cute little fairy thing too, which was also very adorable. Ooh, Majestic says probably he is the guardian of the Seed Urn that protects it. Oh, that would be sick. If he was actually like the protector. Which means maybe he is a bit more lethal than just being a puppet. All right, Trevor says, this is one of the few stories where reading week to week is definitely better. Binging this arc will make people miss out on so much theory crafting, understanding, and enjoyability. I would agree. Even though I technically binge read it a volume a week once we hit the Succession arc, it has been really fun to just theorize and talk about it. Every single chapter. Being able to just break down and focus on a single chapter and about the hundreds of possibilities that could happen. It's absolutely crazy. Bone says, Natsubi is and was the king. He doesn't need to be pop. Okay, I see what you're talking about. When we're referring to Natsubi having a bunch of wives, to be fair, Natsubi is not unique in his lineage of having many wives, and if we know anything from history, none of it was consensual. It is many times in these like ancient kingdoms, Genghis Khan, for example. It's not like these were all consensual wives. They're like, oh wow, Natsubi, you're so amazing and wonderful, have my child. It's not always that case. But that's it. That is it. Chat. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me for another chapter of Hunter x Hunter. Next week, we'll be streaming a bit earlier because I will be on the Hunter Association podcast talking about chapter 416. I cannot be more excited. I will have a link to the YouTube channel next week, as well as they also do viewer comments before they do the recordings for the chapter. So I'll also have a link to the community post. So if you guys want to submit your comments to the podcast to get read out, that is something that you'll be doing. But I'm very excited for next week because martial law has just been declared. And Togashi continues to cook us up a wonderful, delicious meal. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on next time. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye!